Hey everybody, Rich here, Rich's Custom Marine and Auto. Today we're working on this 2004 Honda Element. Happens to be my brother-in-law's rig. So the problem with this is it's got a P2422 code, which is the canister vent valve stuck closed. So we're going to go ahead and replace that. So you can see I've put the car up on ramps to give me a little extra room under there. You could jack the car up and do jack stands. This just seemed like a safer way to me. But you want to go in right in front of the rear wheel. And then this up here, let's see if I can show you a little better. There's some clips. There's some clips right there. You can kind of see them on the side, hopefully. Right there. And then similar on the back. So you just work those a little bit easily with a screwdriver, and then we'll get that cover off and we'll show what's underneath. Alright guys, so here's the replacement part. Got it from rockauto.com. You guys know that have followed along for a while that there's no affiliation with them. I wish there was, but and then here's the part number. So actually you could just go into rockauto.com and type in that part number, and that would come up. So as of the time of this video, this is a $160 part with shipping. So these, they're kind of proud of these little suckers. So let's show you what it looks like underneath. Alright, so up there where my gloved finger is, there's I call them push rivets. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. One of these little guys. So just unscrew that with a Phillips a little bit, and then you'll be able to pull that thing out of there. And then right up there, that's where the clips went in. And then same thing in the back. But here's our component we're looking for right here. So we're gonna disconnect this connector, and we'll make sure these hoses, get those broke loose so they'll come off. Be careful with this stuff, guys. It's, like in the case of this rig, it's 21 years old, so it's a little bit older. And before anybody says anything, yes, I know about the CV boot. I'm going to let the customer know that. Right now we're just going to focus on this. So then you can see where this piece snaps into place. So it'll be kind of like the cover, which that thing was kind of a pain in the neck, just so you know ahead of time. Yeah, we'll just take a flathead screwdriver and pry this out real gently. And this thing, of course, the differential's right there, so it's going to have to come out and down. So let me get those lines broke loose, and then we'll pull that beast out of there. Alright, so there is two of the clips on top. There's no way in the world I can show you guys that. You'll just need to get a mirror and a flashlight. What I used was, I've got one of these drum brake tools for adjusting old school drum brakes, and that worked perfectly to get in there to wedge the one up. And then I used this trim tool, and what I did with that is I rested it up inside of there like so, and what that did is just held that one out. And then I took my flathead screwdriver for the other one, and those sat there, and then I reached up through here, and I just used my thumbnail to get the other one loose, and was able to pop that thing out of there. Now, getting it to come down, it's going to be the challenge. Alright, so after messing with this thing, guys, seems like the best way to do this is start it up in there like so, and then you gotta kind of flex the plastic down. Then you'll have this one fitting getting stuck right here, but you can see how much you're having to flex that. But if you keep working with it, you can get that thing in there. Now, I did put some petroleum jelly on the O-ring to help it kind of snap in place. And it's probably going to take both hands to lock that thing in place. Stand by. Okay, so got it all locked in. Full disclosure, guys, so what was happening was when I took the old one out, up inside of here there was some small pebbles that had fallen down in there, and when you do this job you'll notice you can't see that. So my recommendation is, after you pull the old one out, take a vacuum, go up in there and vacuum that out, and little petrolatum on the O-ring seal to help it go in, and then of course lines are hooked back up, connectors hooked back up, so we're ready to put the cover back on and then clear the code and go do a drive test. Alright guys, so cleared the codes, went and did the test drive. As always, you want to make sure you cycle your key 3 times. In other words, shut the vehicle off. In the newer vehicles, you don't have to do it so much in these, but in the newer vehicles, open the door, let it rest for a couple minutes, and then go back, start it up again. You want to do 3 cycles of that because it takes 3 cycles to trigger that check engine light. So I've done that with this element and everything is good to go. So like I said, I will let the owner know about that CV axle, and I'm sure we'll take care of that in the future. So that's going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and help us out, and we'll see you in the next one.